Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 5th edition of Vedic Dharma and Sankhya Shastra. Friends, this is my 5th video. Before that, I have made 4 videos on the same topic, but that is in Marathi. But many of my friends requested me to make it in English so that I could reach a wider audience. So I hope you would like that. Friends, today I'm going to talk to you about longitude and latitude. In 1880, there was a congregation in England and they decided to have a grid system called a longitude and latitude in 1880. And at that time, the big powers of that time came and decided to have Greenwich as the main meridian called the 0 degrees, and to the left side they would have 180 longitudes and 180 longitudes on the east side. Whereas at the same time, along the equator, they would be having from equator to the North Pole 90 degrees of latitude, and South Pole to the equator another 90 degrees of latitude. Now let us come to India and let's start the firework. Friends, you must be knowing that there are 12 Jyotirlingas in India. These are all 12 major Shiva temples of India, spread across the length and breadth of India. Friends, do you know the latitude of Kedarnath? That is 30 degrees, 44 minutes and 67 seconds. And the longitude of Kedarnath, that is 79 degrees, 40 minutes and 9 seconds east. What is the longitude of Rameshwara? Well, the longitude of Rameshwara also is 79 degrees. Friends, this distance covers about 3,500 kilometers. Is it a mere coincidence that both the furthermost north side temple and the southernmost temple of Shiva both fall on the same longitude? Well, they may be a coincidence. Let's think about it a little further. The great king of India, Raja Chola of the Chola dynasty, built a magnificent, beautiful temple called Brihadeshwar. And where do you think it lies? It also lies on the 79 degree longitude. Friends, is it also a mere coincidence? Now let us go further. Friends, as of today we think about India as of today's geographical map. But let us talk about ancient India, which encompasses even Sri Lanka. Now in Sri Lanka, if you go down on the same longitude of 79, there are 4 major temples in Sri Lanka, namely Konekweshwar temple, built by Ravana, who happens to, as you know, who happens to be the worshipper of Lord Shiva. It is on 79 degree 49 minutes east longitude and 7 degree 34 minutes 50 north latitude. Second, I would like to mention is the Thiruketeshwara temple, that is also on 79 degree 96 minutes 24 seconds and 8 degree 95 seconds 78 seconds north latitude. And there are 2 more other temples which are equally prominent in Sri Lanka, and they also happen to fall on 79 degree longitude. Those are Munaswara temple and Ketaswaram temples. Now friends, all these temples also happen to be on the longitude of 79 degrees, a little bit of here and there. Friends, what is this? How is it possible that an area of 3,500 kilometers to 4,000 kilometers, a straight line is drawn across the length of India, and yet all the major temples of Shiva are on the same alignment? Is it just a coincidence, or is there something more to it? Now let us go still deeper into this. Now I would like to show you about some other temples of India. These are the Kalahasti temples, Kalahasti Mandir of Andhra Pradesh, longitude 13.76 degree north, longitude 79.69 degrees east. The second temple I would like to mention is Ekambeshwar Temple of Kanchipuram, 12.5 degrees north and 79.69 degrees east longitude. The third temple I would like to mention is Natraj Mandir of Chidambaram. It is 11.23 degree north latitude and 7.969 degree east longitude. Friends, all these temples are exactly on the same line from 79.69 degree east longitude, and each temple, the distance between each temple is around 125 kilometers to 175 kilometers. Friends, how is it possible that such a long distance is covered and yet they are exactly aligned to the dot, to the T? How is it possible that those particular temples been aligned at this angle? It is quite mind-boggling. Friends, even at today's technology, it is not possible to have this kind of accuracy. If today I would want to tell an architect or an engineer to make me a 10,000 square feet bungalow of 25 bedrooms and get me aligned it exactly to the north and south and west and east and 90 degrees all corners, he will not be able to do. But yet these people have managed to do the same thing over an area of more than 350 kilometers. Apart from that, you have another two main temples in that area. The name of those temples are Arunachaleshwar Temple, and which is 79.0677 east. Apart from that, we also have one more temple. All these five temples, that is Jambukeshwar Mandir, that is also 78 degree 70 minutes and 57 seconds east. All these five temples belong to one group. Now, why do we say this is one group? Because all these five temples represent five different elements in nature. That is earth, fire, water, jal, and space. So all these five elements are represented in these all different five temples. Each and every temple represent a special, whether it is earth or jal or everything. So you imagine that what I am trying to tell you is this, that our temples does not necessarily mean only a place of worship, but also does not necessarily mean that is only a place of architecture or astrology or astronomy, but it has got immense significance in every walk of life. There has been immense calculations and a representation is made of the cosmic nature of earth, of the world on earth, and we try to follow all those factors to make it more livable for us. Now friends, I would like to go further on this topic. Friends, just the way I have showed you few of the temples, Shiva temples along this longitude, I'd like to suggest you that there are many other temples of historical importance along this particular longitude. Or I would like to ask you, just like the British people or the Western civilization which invented longitude and latitude, a grid system to find the exact position of Earth, which was a precursor of just like a GPS of present time, did the ancient India also have longitude and latitude? And did they plot all those temples along this line? You may ask me that, okay, but how is it that if they know that this is a longitude and latitude, some of the temples are not exactly on the same longitude of or latitude? Well, friends, that is because of various reasons. The three, four main primary reasons can be that because of the law of nature. Because like you must be knowing that Somnath Mandir was destroyed 17 times by external forces as well as because of nature. The shoreline has been changed over the centuries many times, in Saurashtra. That's the reason the sea ingresses on the land or goes back few kilometers. That's the reason every time the sea ingresses on the land, the Somnath temple was destroyed and had to be rebuilt. At the same time, because lot many invaders came to India and they destroyed our temple. And that's the reason you will not find a single temple in Delhi which is older than 150 years of Lord Shiva. Because all those temples were destroyed by the invading armies. Friends, because of this, we will find that lot many of our temples have been shifted from the original positions, maybe by a few degrees, but that makes a lot of difference for if you calculate the overall cosmic balance. But let us go further than that. I would like to suggest you that this particular longitude 79.69 degrees longitude is maybe in ancient time was just like present time the Greenwich meridian is 0 degrees. This might be the 0 degree of India. And if the archaeological department of India makes research along this line, you will find many more jewels coming out of our earth, and many more temples and cities can be found along this line. This is my take. Friends, I would like to go beyond this particular longitude and latitude. Is it possible that we knew about longitude and latitude? Perhaps yes or no. But I think we had a more better and foolproof system than this particular longitude and latitude grid. We did not map the earth as far as longitude and latitude, but we mapped the whole sky, the space around us in terms of longitude and latitude. What we did was we made the space into 360 degrees, and we made 27 equal parts. And in each part, we had some prominent stars in the sky as the main star. And we made these stars into a cluster of stars and we called it as Nakshatra. So you will find 27 Nakshatras in the sky. Friends, we know that Earth revolves around its axis, and because of this, the celestial body in the sky, they rise from the east to the west. When we keenly observe on the horizon in the night, we find that the moon rises every day at a slightly different position. This is because the moon's revolution of the moon as well as the revolution of the earth on the sun, around the sun in 365 days. We already have the nakshatras plotted in the sky. Now with the help of the moon, we can also pinpoint at which nakshatras the moon is at different point of the year. So similarly, we also know that the planets have an fixed orbit, and with the help of this we can also predict at which point the different planets are going to be there at different point of the year. So we know in which nakshatras this planet would be appearing. So with the help of this we can safely plan out our planning of the future. Also, the constructions of the temples, we can make use of this grid system of the nakshatras, the positions of moon, the positions of the planet, and with pinpoint accuracy, we can easily plan out where our temple should be, how it should be, where it should be facing, and all the other paraphernalias. Friends, this particular type of grid of nakshatras and the planetary motions is far superior than the latitude and longitudinal positions of the earth based on earth. And this gives you a picture or a dimensions of not only of present, but we can plan out in terms of years, in terms of centuries, and we can know. That is the reason we know that all the temples that have been built, they have been built in different centuries, different eras by different kings and different dynasties. Yet they have been, you have been able to see and observe that they have been at a particular positions or even at a particular longitude. This is because the knowledge that has been passed down from generations to generations. Previously we had the passing of the knowledge was passed from oral traditions, as well as because of the temples. And temples were not just meant for worshiping of God, but they were the storehouse of all the data, all the knowledge that they had been collected over the centuries. And this was what made all the difference in our civilization. Friends, based on this knowledge, we could predict when there would be, say, a flood, or when would be the melting of the snow, which in turn would cause flood. Even the position of Jupiter. Now it has been suggested that the movement of Jupiter causes the ice age to melt, or the starting of the ice age, which is around 12,000 years. So you can imagine the kind of predictions and the data that has been collected over the centuries by our people and used in our civilization. And all the temples were not only for worshipping, but were for data collections and analyzing. My friends, I know you would have allowed this information that I've shared with you, and I would like to end this story with one small story. There was a king called Daksha, or say a demigod or semigod, and he had 27 daughters, and he married out these 27 daughters to Moon. Now, the Moon was supposed to be impartial to all the 27 daughters, but he found out, the king Daksha, or the semigod, he found out that Moon was favorable to one of his daughters, and that was Rohini. So he got very angry that how could my son-in-law be so partial to only one of my daughters. So he cursed him, and the legend says that because of this curse, Moon had to run to Shiv and ask for forgiveness and do penance, and because of that, there is a waning and waxing of the Moon. Friends, these 27 daughters are nothing but the 27 nakshatras, and the Moon keeps on revolving around the earth, and earth keeps on revolving the sun, and this is the reason we find out that the Moon keeps on visiting the different nakshatras at different points of time. So, but why was it said that it was favoring Rohini? Because Rohini happens to be between 4 and 6 degrees of the horizon. If there is any stars which are there in between 4 and 6 degrees of horizon, and occultation happens between the Moon and those stars. So that's the reason we appear to see that the Moon is more in love, or more in favor of being in with that particular stars rather than other stars which are at different positions. So there is what this story really tells us is that our ancient people had great wisdom, and there were different ways of sending the message and wisdom to common man. Whereas if they wanted to tell the same wisdom to the educated or learned people of that time, they had different methods, like Surya Siddhanta, which is acclaimed as one of the best and the foremost book on astronomy and astrology, which was written more than some 3,500 years. So friends, I hope you liked my video, and I would like to make many more videos and share my knowledge with you. So if you like my video, please subscribe to my channels, and please send comments on that, so that I will be able to improve myself. Thank you, and hope to see you once again on another part of my video. Thank you very much.